let's understand the property of multiplication of whole numbers. Then the first is the closure property. What does this closure property says? First, let's understand the definition, that if we multiply two whole number, we get a whole number. What is a whole number? It starts from 0, move till infinity, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that till infinity, but it does not include any negative number. It starts from 0, 0 is also included, and goes on. So if we multiply two whole number, let's say if I multiply 2 multiply by 3, my 2 is a whole number, my 3 is a whole number, because both of them are positive and they are actually whole number. So what will be my answer comes out then? My answer will come out to be 6. Now in this case, what we have to note out is that 2 is a whole number, 3 is also a whole number, and the answer which is coming out is also a whole number. It is not like, for example, if you are multiplying two whole number, that is 2 and 3, and you are getting -6. No, this is not happening, right? You are getting +6 only. And what if it was a -6? It is not a whole number, right? Because whole numbers are not including negative numbers. That's why what do we say, that whenever you are multiplying two whole number, that is whenever you are multiplying two positive number, we can say like that, then you will be getting an answer also positive. You won't be getting a negative answer. You will be getting an answer as a whole number only. Okay, but what if I multiply one whole number, let's say 2, and another is not a whole number? It means, let's say I'm multiplying -3. In that case, my answer will not be a whole number as well. It will be -6. We see neither this 2 is a whole number, but this 3 is not a whole number. Hence, our property does not work over here. So what we have to make sure is that whenever we are using the closure property, we have to see that if our two numbers which we are multiplying, or more than two numbers, for example 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2, when all of them are whole, this one is also a whole number, this one is also a whole number, this one is also a whole number, then your answer will be also coming as a whole number. Simple property. Okay, then the second one is the commutative property, that if A and B are any two whole number, you can consider any two number, and we have given them the name of A and B. Why I have used A and B over here instead of using a number? Because those number could be anything, right? But the condition is that they should be a whole numbers. They should be 0 to infinity, anything, but not negative, or neither a fraction also. Okay, so if A and B are two whole number, let's consider two whole number as 2 and 3 only. So if I have 2 and 3, what are they saying? That when you will multiply them, in that case, what will happen? You won't be getting, oh, sorry, you will be getting 6, right? Now let's reverse the pattern, or we could say let's reverse the order now. Instead of writing 2 multiplied by 3, I'm going to write 3 multiplied by 2. What will be my answer then? Will it be changed, or it will be 6 only? No, it will be 6. It concludes that when you are multiplying two whole number, no matter what their pattern is, no matter what their order is, either you are doing 2 multiplied by 3 or 3 multiplied by 2, or you are doing 4 multiplied by 2 or 2 multiplied by 4, in both of the cases your answer will be same. And if the answers are same, we can say that 2 multiplied by 3 is equals to 3 multiplied by 2, because the answers are same. That's why we can say that they are equal. And in this case, we can write 4 multiplied by 2 is equals to 2 multiplied by 4. Why we can write this thing? Because we know that their answers are equal. Hence, 4 multiplied by 2 is equals to 2 multiplied by 4. They are equal to each other. These are same thing. So if we have A multiplied by B, we can also write it as B multiplied by A. What does the commutative property say? That if you will change the order, it doesn't mean that your answer will change. It will be same, right? Your answer will not be changed. Okay. But remember, these is for only the whole numbers. Then associative property. It's a very good property. Let's understand the definition first. That we can multiply three or more number in any order. We can multiply three or more numbers in any order. Now, if we have understand the additive properties or the property of addition first, these are very easy things for us. Okay, so if we multiply three or more number, let's consider three numbers as 1, 2, and 3. These are our three numbers, and we are going to deal with them. Now I'm going to multiply them. Okay, how I'm going to multiply them? I'm going to interchange the orders, just like we did in the addition property. For example, 1 multiply by 2 first, and then I'm going to multiply 3, and in the second case I'm going to multiply 3 with 1 first, and then I'm going to multiply 2, and in the last case, let's say I'm going to multiply 2 and 3 first, and then I'm going to multiply 1. Let's see what is the answer in all of the cases. Now, according to the board mass rule, which also we have understood before, what we can do 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. We are going to solve the bracket first according to the board mass. So it is 2 multiplied by 1, it is 2, and 2 multiplied by 3 further, like 1 multiplied by 2 or 2 multiplied by 1 is 2, and then after solving the bracket, we have to multiply it with 3, and then we will be getting the answer as 6. What will be happening in the next scenario? 3 multiplied by 1, which will be 3, and then 3 multiplied by 2, which will be again 6. Then what will be happening in the next scenario? 2 multiplied by 3 first, and that will be 6, and then 6 multiplied by 1, which will be also 6. So you see, in the case of multiplication, no matter what your order is for the whole numbers, you will be always getting the same answer. So for example, if I write over here like this, that is 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4, you can multiply any number in any order you wish. You can multiply 1 and 3 first, and then multiply with 2, and then multiply with 4, or you can multiply 4 and 2 first, or you can also do that you can multiply 3 and 1 and 4 and 2 separately and then multiply them. You can do anything, you can work in any order, you will get the same answer always. The same thing we understood in the addition also, that what is the associative property? No matter how your order is, you will be getting the sum always equal, while in this case, that is the associative property, no matter what is your order, when you will multiply 3 or more number, your answer will be always same. Now what is this a multiplied by b multiplied by c? This is just a general expression to show you that if you have 3 whole number and you are going to multiply it in a different order. See, in this case, what is happening? You are multiplying a and b inside the bracket and c is outside. While in the next scenario, what is happening? B and c are inside and a is outside. It means you are multiplying b and c first, and in this case you are multiplying a and b first. So you just order is being changed, but the answer will be come out to be same. This was the associative property. Then let's come to the zero property and the identity property. Both the properties are very easy, and after that we will understand about the distributive property, which will be very important. Okay, so what is this zero property? See, the product of any whole number with 0 is always 0. Very simple. If you are going to multiply 2 with 0, your answer will not be 2, not be 3, nothing, but it will be 0. If you will multiply, let's say 4 with 0, in that case, again the answer will be 0. And it's not only with the whole number. I have written over here the whole number, but it's not only with the whole number. You can multiply any number with 0. You can also multiply negative 2 with 0. You will get 0 as the answer. You can multiply 2 by 3 with 0. You will get the 0 as the answer. Because no matter what number you are multiplying with 0, always the answer comes out to be 0 only. And it is called as the zero property. What is the zero property? You multiply any number with 0, no matter how large that number is. For example, let's say the number is 2 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4 5 5 5, or more larger than that, and you multiply it with 0, your answer will come out to be 0 only. Okay, this is the zero property. Then what is the identity property? Identity property is when a number is multiplied by 1. When a number is multiplied by 1, then the product is number itself. The same property we have understood in the addition also, but in this case you were adding up uh, something with the 1. Oh, no, you are adding up something with the 0, and then you're getting the same answer. Like for example, 2 plus 0, it will give you 2 only, but in this case it's not about 2. When it was but in the case of multiplication, what is happening? When you are multiplying something with 0, you are getting the answer also 0. But now we are talking about 1. What will happen when you talk about 1? Let's say that you are multiplying 2 with 1. What will be your answer? 2 ones is 2. Then 4 times 1 is also 4. 5 times 1 is what? It's 5. What is 25 times 1? It is 25. You multiply any number with 1, you will get that number back again. No matter what large that number is, how small that number is, when you're going to multiply a number with 1, your answer will be always that number back again. Very simple identity property. I'm repeating again that when a number is multiplied by 1, when a number is multiplied by 1, The product is the same number itself. You are getting the same number as the product itself. For example, if I'm going to multiply this 2 with 1, I'm going to get my answer as 2 only, right? Or any number. Okay, now let's talk about the distributive property, which is a very, very important property. Understand it with the whole concentration. Let's understand it. One second. Yeah. So, distributive property. See, when a multiplier is the sum of two numbers, in this case, very important is that all of the numbers are not simply getting multiplied, but there are some numbers which are getting added also. For example, let's say I'm going to add up 4 plus 2, and then I'm going to multiply the sum of this 4 plus 2 with 2. So what I'm saying it again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add them first and then multiply by 2. You know the board mass rule, right? That you have to solve the bracket first, right? That is, you have to add a 4 and 2 and then you have to multiply with 2. So what we'll do, you will just multiply them, that is you will just add them up, that is 4 plus 2, that will be 6, and you will multiply it with 2 and you'll get the answer as 12. Okay, but what if you do not know a number? Let's say you do not know one of the number in them. Let's say you do not know that instead of 4 what number is there. Let's say it is x, then plus 2 and then multiply by 2, right? You do not know in this scenario that how you're going to add them. Why do not you know? Why don't you know? Because they are not like terms, so you cannot add them for sure. Then how can you solve it? In that case, you can simplify it. How are you going to simplify it? That is a very easier way, that you are going to multiply this 2 with x first, and then you are going to multiply this 2 with 2 first, and then add them. So for example, 2 multiplied by x first. I'm going to multiply 2 with x first. Over here, multiply 2 with x. So I will get 2x. I will place the plus sign in between if it is addition. Then what will happen? Then it will be 2 multiplied by 2. That will be 4, we know. Now in this case, if you will see, we were getting the answer as 12 because instead of x we have put 4. So over here also, if at the place of x I will place 4, then my answer should be 12 if I have done it in the correct way. If the distributive property is correct, if I will place 4 at the place of x, I should get 12. Let's try it. So it will be 2 multiplied by 4 plus 4. And yes, it will be 8 plus 4, which is equals to 12. So if you are known with all of the number, see, first of all, it is when you're going to add up the two numbers. When they're inside the bracket, first you're going to add them up and then multiply. It is that case. Second of all, it is for the multiplication. Let's understand again what is happening. We have one number which is kept outside. Either it could be written in this way or it could be written in this way. That is same way. I'm going to come on the second way soon, but let's understand about the first one first. That a multiply by b plus c. What does this say? That two numbers are being added up and then you're going to multiply that sum with something. So in that case, you can either you can either add the two numbers and then multiply it with whatever you want to, or you can do one thing, that if the number isn't known to you, or if the number is known also, for example, let's say I have 4 plus 2 and outside there was 2. I'm solving this thing with the distributive property way. I'm solving this thing with the distributive property way. How will I do it? I will do it 2 multiplied by 4 first. That will be 2 4s are 8. And then I will placing this plus sign in between. And then I will be multiplying this 2 with 2. So I will be getting 4. What will be my answer? 12. So you see, if I do it with this way, that is the distributive way, or you just simply follow the board mass rule, it is same. But we are just have to understand what is the distributive property also, because sometimes we might get the answer something like this also. That's why. Question, sorry. So let me explain you whole thing once again, because as I said that this is a little complicated yet very easy. Okay, so what is happening in this case? A very simple case, that is, you're going to add up the two numbers first, or you could say you are going to add up, or you're going to find the sum of two numbers first, and then you have to multiply that sum with another number. Let's do it again. Now this time you can just take any number by yourself and try it with me. That is, let's take I'm going to take three number of my choice. You can take three number of your choice and just follow the rules I am doing. I am choosing the number 2, 3, and 4. Very easy, very simple. Now I'm going to arrange these number in the pattern which is given in the first, or I could arrange it in any way I want to. But what I need is I have to add up any two number. Let's add up any two number. I'm going to add up, let's say 3 and 4. I'm going to add up 3 and 4. So I'm writing 3 plus 4, and then I'm going to multiply it with 2. This is my first case. And my second case will be I'm choosing three numbers again, these three same numbers, but in this way I'm going to write, let's say 2 multiply by, and I'm going to write 3 multiply or 3 plus, like 2 multiply by 3 plus 4. You can see I have changed the order. Numbers are same, but just that I have changed the order. Now let's see how I'm going to solve it. First, I'm going to solve it with the distributive property. I'm not going with the board mass. What will be the board mass? Simply add these two numbers which is inside the bracket and then multiply by 2. I'm not going with that board mass rule. Instead, I'm following the distributive property rule over here. So if I'm going with that rule, I'm going to multiply 4, or you can say 2 with 4 and 2 with 3 as well. So first I'm going to multiply 2 with 3. My answer will be 6. Then as it is addition, I'm going to place a plus sign in between, and then 2 with 4. So my answer will be 8. What will be I doing in the next case? That will be I will be multiplying this 2 with 3 first. That will be 2, 3 just 6. And then I will be multiplying this 2 with 4. And my answer in that case will be 8. Have you noticed something? That I was having the same three number and I just rearrange their pattern. I was having having three same number and I just rearranged their pattern, and in that case I'm getting the same answer if you have noticed it, right? Why? Because I was having the same number outside the bracket. I was having the same number outside the bracket. What if I was having a different number? Then my answer would be changed. I was having same number inside the bracket. That's why my answer is coming out to be same in both the case. So that's why there are two patterns written over here. Either you can write the multiplication after and addition numbers first, or you can write the normal multiplication number first and the addition one after. Why we can write them? Because of the because of the commutative property. Now let's add them. What will be the answer in both the cases? It will be 14 over here and 14 over here as well. So we have noticed out this thing, that what is the distributive property? It is very, very simple. First of all, what does this say? That if you have a number outside and you are going to multiply it with the sum of any two number, in that case you will multiply the multiplication number or the number which is outside the bracket with the first number first and with the second number first, and if it is addition, just add them up and you will get your answer. This is a very easier way, right? I can just solve quick one more question over here. That is, let's say if I have 1, 2 and 3, and I have 1 plus 2 and multiplied with 3. 1 plus 2 multiplied by 3. How am I going to solve it? I'm going to multiply this 3 with 1 first. So my answer will be 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. Then I will be multiplying this 3 with 2. So it will be 3 multiplied by 2, and as there is a plus sign in between, I will be placing plus, and 3 twos is 6. So my answer will be 9. This is what the distributive property is, which is very, very easy.